My gosh, I absolutely love SteelSeries headsets. The new SteelSeries Arctis 7 Plus. Paperwork, 3.5 cable, USB extender, USB-C charging cable, USB-C wireless dongle, and of course, your headset. So, the SteelSeries Arctis 7 Plus. What the heck's new right here? Is it worth the upgrade? What's changed? What's different? Who is this headset for? Well, you all know where we gotta start, right? Comfort. And well, with any other SteelSeries headset, you guys know these things already get the stinking cozy badge. Full swivel little in, totally flat out, nice movement up there. How about these ear cushions, guys? You know I love the SteelSeries ear cushions. Plenty wide, right there, right? The depth, that's the one fault I've been having with these ear cushions. They're shallow, no padding, they go right into the drivers. Nice sports material and everything, pleather inside, nice, soft, and plush, but again, they're just a little shallow. And I know many of you are probably sick and tired of hearing me talk about wicked cushions, but I absolutely swear by these things. No, this is not sponsored, but again, on any of your headsets, especially the SteelSeries one, peel that cushion off. You got this little notch right there, tuck it in there, and then just spin it around a couple times, and then you're on. And let me tell you what, guys, the difference of these cushions. Let me get a different one out here and just show you guys. It's like night and day, right? The size of it, the depth of it, the plushness of it. It's game changing. And golly, they are just stinking gorgeous, right? Just take a look at this with these pads, the gray ones matching with the gray up there. Yo, it's like a match made in heaven. Totally awesome. Talking about that headband, I love it. Still the same thing, adjust by the elastic right there, and that's how you adjust your size. With the stock ones or these wicked cushions, it just feels like it's floating on your head. It really does. The difference again with the wicked cushion is now my ears are not touching the drivers. With the stock ones, yes, my ears did touch the drivers, but as far as even with the bald head here, it just floats on my head. Now, one comment I have had with many of my SteelSeries headset reviews, some people say they're just not really good for a bigger head right there. Now, I don't know what, maybe I should measure my head. I don't know. I call it an average size head. You can be the judge of that, right? But again, it's not tight. I don't have any pressure points. I don't know. It's not with glasses, perfectly fine. Again, with wicked cushions or the stock cushions right there. But again, incredibly cozy, guys. Hands down, SteelSeries headsets, easily, as you all know, stinking cozy. The build, same as we've seen, right? Our headband up here is metal, but it does go into a plastic bracket here and then into our plastic arms going into the ear cup. Now it is connected, if you can catch it in camera, probably right there you can see it has that little metal hinge going from the hook into the cup right there. Now our cup is plastic, so again, we do have a lot of plastic points right here, but whenever I take this headset and stretch it apart, I really don't get nervous, guys. I twist it up, we got all that movement, so it really doesn't bother me. Features and functions, and starting with the back right ear cup, you have your power button, but it's also a multimedia button. You can play, skip, pause your tracks, answer, and pick up calls right with the power button. Right above that here, you have your game to voice chat volume, whichever one you want to hear more. Nice tactile step right in the middle so you know you're halfway as well. Coming over to the back left ear cup, you have your volume wheel. Bottoms out at the lowest, tops out at the highest, smooth rolling, no tactile steps in it. Now this port right here is your 3.5 port. As you see, it's still using a SteelSeries connection. Right below it is your share port, so if you got a buddy that wants to hear what you're hearing, they can just bam, plug right into that. USB-C charger now, and then you have your retractable microphone with your notification, which we'll show later in the mic test. All right, so just touching on those features and functions right there, there are some improvements that you probably spotted. Number one, the USB-C charging now, right? And they also have quick charge. It's like plug it in for 15 minutes, you get 3 hours of playtime. But the overall battery life of this is 30 hours, which is stinking fantastic. Now, is that a big thing for some people? For me, no, because number one, I don't game straight for 30 hours. And I'm the type of person that, well, I plug in all of my wireless stuff at night and it charges up. But if you need that extended battery life, hey, you have it now. Also, as far as our little USB dongle, it's pretty cool because it works on multiple platforms, PS4, PS5, your Mac, your Switch, and of course your PC. Now, unfortunately for Xbox, obviously you're not going to be able to go wireless, but you can go 3.5 from the headset. And you don't need any power. It just runs right through it. When we'll touch more about the sound, how does that sound right when we roll into sound here. All right, so let's go on and talk about sound here. And when I'm talking about this is going to be across every platform, and I'll touch on, again, the Xbox bit when we're going 3.5 straight in the controller. And as far as cushions changing sound, Not really, because again, the SteelSeries ones are pleather lined, which are going to hold the sound as well. So that's not really going to be any difference right there. It's really just a comfort thing. So talking about the sound of these same drivers, 40mm drivers with frequency range of 20 to 20,000. So you're still getting that tried and true awesome SteelSeries sound. I stinking love it. It's definitely geared more towards like that natural sound, maybe a little bit more pinch of highs, not really bass heavy, you know what I mean? But you can go into the EQ of SteelSeries headsets and really tweak it around. I can show you mine in there. And again, I still use that standard curve I've always used with SteelSeries, whether it be with the Arctic Pros, the 7s, the 9s, whatever, I've always used the same curve and I stinking love it. But the sound of these headsets is just, again, it's natural. You get those highs. It's great for a story game. It's fantastic for competitive. You're going to hear those footsteps. You're still going to hear that detail of environment, a bass or say a score streak or a grenade's not going to overtake everything, give you that real staticky, rumbly sound. You're going to get a really nice, natural core sound. Again, you get that realistic sound, which is what I've always loved about SteelSeries headsets. It's not trying to exaggerate it and give you that gamer sound. Now, one cool thing they did update and add to the Arctis line of headsets is their sonar sound. I don't know if it's on all of them, but I can tell you it's definitely on this. It's like an early access thing, the sonar software, and that's pretty much what it is. It's just software tweaking your sound. And it's so weird. It was so cool. It kind of put a smile on my face, right? Because you all know, like I showed you, my EQ curve right there that I always use. I've been playing a lot of Halo lately, right? So I've got into sonar. I said, let me dabble with this. I clicked on Halo settings right there. And lo and behold, believe it or not, it sounded just like my curve. I like that. It just makes me, you know, it's just like, all right, cool. Whoever these professional people are making these EQ curves for this software, it sounded to a T just like mine. You know what I mean? So that's really cool. And why I think that's cool is if you're not someone that wants to get in there and really dabble with EQs and play around with them, I enjoy that, but I'm just a big tech nerd that loves talking about headsets, you know what I mean? And if you don't want that, it was so cool. Bam, clicking on Halo, clicking on Fortnite, clicking on Call of Duty, and the EQs were spot on. It was fantastic. Now, no. And you all know I'm not really into these sound morphing things. I don't like 7.1. I don't like these surround sounds and all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? That's not what you're getting with the Sonar software, right? You're just getting that core EQ, and they did it right for each of those games. Absolutely awesome. All right, so now that I hyped you all up about the sound and you're like, holy smokes, I want to try this, there is one downfall, especially with the Sonar sound right there. Whenever you close down the software, no, the Sonar setting does not save to the headset. It's controlled through that software. So again, if you're on a console, no, you're not gonna be able to take advantage of that. If you're on a PC and you wanna not have the software running in the background, well, you're not gonna be able to take advantage of the Sonar. But again, like I stated, with my my EQ setting right there, it sounded spot on. So again, that can kind of give you a starting point. And yes, the EQ setting does save to the headset. But again, kind of a stinker that the Sonar does not save to the headset. Now talking about the headset, plug 3.5 right into a controller, say me playing Forza on Xbox or something like that, it still sounded great. It sounded fantastic, actually. Of course, you got to control everything within your Xbox and all that stuff, but it still sounded awesome. It really did. Was it as good as when it's plugged in wirelessly? No, unfortunately it's not, but it still sounded great. I never said, yo, let me get this off. And on top of that, you don't need power running 3.5. And another great little feature as I'm rambling here is yes, you can use the headset while it's charging. So again, all in all, what a great package. All right, so now let's go on and do the microphone test on the Arctis 7Ps. That is exactly what you're hearing. And before we dive into it, guys, I want to read something to you right off SteelSeries website here, which kind of caught me by surprise. Best mic in gaming. Okay, this is going to be my first time. I'll listen to this playback whenever we're done, but we all know SteelSeries Arctis headsets, their mics have been pretty not good, right? They haven't been horrible, but again, there's so many better out there. You know what I mean? The Arctis microphone's always been kind of tinny, kind of airy, you know what I mean? But again, I'm going to test this after this and get it here back and see what it is. Maybe they improved it. I'm not too sure. That's what you're hearing right now. Again, the microphone is retractable, goes into there, which I absolutely love because you can just get it out of your way. Talking about it out of your way, even right now, it's not in my vision. It's down there, which I really like. You also get mic monitoring in here as well, which you can control through the software. As far as that mute button, it's right on the back, right back here. Did you see the little symbol turn red? I love that notification. So again, you can kind of see it and have that clarification. Hey, it is muted. But the other thing on top of it is whenever you press that mute button, you actually get a tone in the headset as well.
I personally love that because you always want to be like, yo, hey, let me make sure my mic is muted. You know what I mean? So, again, really nice to have those notifications. But all in all, this is the microphone on the SteelSeries Arctis 7 Plus.
All right, so I just listened to the playback of the microphone right there, and I thought it sounded good. Again, was it great? Was it horrible? No, but it definitely got the job done. One thing I noticed, and again, I go by my mic test as a user, right? I take it out and then I test it with you guys. I don't say, hey, how can I make this microphone sound better? What can I do to tweak it? Yo, I plug in my dongle, press power or press record, and then bam, we go live right there. That's how I like doing my mic test as a real user. And one thing I noticed is that we probably could have pulled the microphone out a little bit more away from my mouth. Y'all know I got P's and T's that are quite prominent right there. So if I would have pulled it out, I think it would have bounced a little bit more because you kind of hear some of that p and t within my talking, you know? Or if you got that as well, like me, maybe just throw a little windscreen on top of this. But then the downfall of that is you're gonna remove your notification right there. You're not gonna be able to see that through the windscreen. So the Arctis 7 Plus, who is this headset for? Is it a worthy upgrade, and would I recommend it? Well, this headset comes in at 170 bucks, and straight to the point, yes, I would recommend it. I stinking love this headset. At the core, it does everything right. It really does. You probably caught through the video some of the differences it did, right? The USB-C, the battery length and everything. But again, it is still, at the core, the Arctis 7s with modern tech. So think about it this way. If you've had the 7s, if you use the 7s and you really love them and you need a new headset, bam. Perfect upgrade right here. It really is. Coming around this way, right? If you're looking for a new headset, there's so many headsets on the market these days within that price range, you know what I mean? What should you get? Well, there's two things that come into my mind. Number one, for $30 more, you can get the SteelSeries Arctis 9. What's the difference? As well, Bluetooth. You get the Bluetooth. That's really it. Me personally, I love Bluetooth on my headsets, you know? The battery's less and everything like that. So it kind of has, I don't want to say older tech, but it's, you know, it has different tech than this. This is really refreshed right here. So if Bluetooth doesn't matter to you, hey, perfect win right here. The one other thing I think is a perfect comparison right here is the Razer Black Shark V2 Pros. I absolutely love this headset. I covered it many times. I'm really wrapping my mind around it here, guys, kind of testing in the background. So I'm not going to answer the question, which one should you get right now? Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell, because again, I don't just take my headsets and say, hey, I remember how this was back then. I take this headset back out, and when I'm gaming, I take both headsets and flip them out and really test them that way, rather than just talking about what I thought about them before, right? So again, subscribe, hit that bell, because I'll have that coming soon, seeing which one's the best right here, because they're right in the same price range and everything like that. But all in all, guys, the Arctis 7Ps, I stinking love them. I love SteelSeries headsets. Call me a fanboy, call me a shill, whatever you want, you know what I mean? But SteelSeries makes fantastic headsets, and that's exactly what we have right here. I love it. So thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope I helped you out. Make sure to subscribe and hit that bell. Catch you in the next one. Bye now. Ooh, ah.